This is a Sports Catastrophe production.
Hey there, Heather Ho, there's Jeff Donovan. Welcome you to another Sports Catastrophe birthday boy. Actually, not today. It's a birthday girl. Well, I know she's deceased, but still, her job of working with women's basketball and being one of the first stars of women's basketball, Cheryl Miller, is huge. She was the head coach of the Connecticut Sun in the WNBA and winning a title. And actually won a national championship in college herself, 2 Olympic gold medals, and went to 3 Final Fours. She's been a member of the Basketball Hall of Fame since 1995 and a member of the FIBA, or the World Basketball Hall of Fame, in 2015. She was pretty good in all that, being a coach and all that. Her name is Ann Donovan. Born November 1st, 1961 in Ridgewood, New Jersey. She looked pretty good as a player. She was 6'8". I didn't know that. Ann Donovan, I knew was a star like 6 foot. I thought she was like 6 foot, but she was 6'8". Holy smokes. She was the most recruited female player in the nation going to college. She received 250 schools with offers. Penn State was going to try to get her because they recruited her sister Mary Donovan. Joe Paterno, the football coach, even gave her a recruiting pitch. Despite the fact of the plea, she actually went to Old Dominion alongside Nancy Lieberman, and she helped the Lady Monarchs win the 1980 NCAA championship, and was the female college player of the year in 1983. She set a lot of Old Dominion marks and all that. She put up 50 points against Norfolk State. It's still a school record, and her 801 block shots, it's the most in NBA history. NCAA history, excuse me. Still to this day. So, yeah, they took third in 1981. And 82 shockingly lost to K-State in the East semis. And then in Donovan's senior year, the Monarchs lost the semifinal to Louisiana Tech, who also had a great women's program. So, anyway, she looked pretty impressive for Old Dominion in her 4 years. Because there were a few professional opportunities for women basketball players in the States, she went to Japan and Italy to play overseas. She would retire from competition in 1989 and became an assistant coach for Old Dominion from 89 to 95. And then after that, she went to East Carolina to be their head coach, reaching the conference finals against Old Dominion of all teams. She would coach the American Basketball League's Philadelphia Ridge in 98. And then when the ABL folded, she joined the rival WNBA as an assistant coach for the Indiana Fever. Donovan would be the interim head coach for Indiana once coach Neil Fortner went to the U.S. Olympic team. She then went to Charlotte, leading them to the WNBA finals, losing to the LA Sparks and all that. Donovan would then, in 2003, be named the second head coach of the Seattle Storm franchise, inheriting the two number 1 picks, Sue Bird and Lauren Jackson. So in her first year, they almost made the playoffs but missed. But in 2004, after Donovan became director of player personnel and added Betty Lennox on the squad, the Storm gave Seattle something to cheer for as their first championship in 25 years. And in 2005, the Storm made the playoffs, in which Donovan became the first female coach to win 100 games, which was shocking. Seattle kept her on long. With her 120th victory, August 2006, she became the coach with the third most WNBA victories at the time, of course. She trailed only Fan Chancellor and Richie Adubado. Donovan would resign from the Seattle head coaching job in 2007, which was shocking. But then she became assistant coach for the New York Liberty and had to come in mid-season to replace Pat Coyle. She went to become Seton Hall's women's basketball coach after completing the 2010 season with the Liberty. She went there for 3 years and accepted a position with the Connecticut Sun, being there for 3 years too. Anyway, Anne Donovan definitely would have been part of the 1980 U.S. Olympic team, but because of the boycott due to the Soviets attacking Afghanistan, which was warranted, I guess. But I mean, to make a boycott of the Olympics so soon, I mean, like the Russians, like if the Americans wanted to make a massive boycott statement, they would have banned the Soviets from participating in the Winter Olympics held in the United States. But I guess there's too little time. So basically, a lot of countries boycotted too. And the Soviets would boycott back in 1984. Anyway, she did win gold medals for the Americans in 84 and 88. So it wasn't any problems and all that. So anyway, she did her job. She would be pretty much assistant of that. She would become head coach for the 2008 Olympics in China, with Lisa Leslie being put on the roster and all that. They dominated, winning all 8 games, with the closest result being 15 points against Russia in the semis. And the Americans took care of Australia handily, 92-65. So yeah, a lot of things happened. But unfortunately for people, Anne Donovan died of heart failure in Wilmington, North Carolina at the age of 56 on June 13, 2018. Which was shocking because of how good she was in the women's game and was one of the pioneers of women's basketball. But unfortunately, some things happened. But Anne Donovan's legacy should not be tarnished because of her premature death. Anyhow, I'm Jeff Diamond. I do.